So today we are going to discuss about the data types in Oracle. So what are the different data types of Oracle and important data types of Oracle? So last class, you already read it. So but I'll explain it again. So data types mainly classified into three categories for every database. So what are those databases? So string data types, numeric data type, and date and time data type. So why we need the data types? Why we need data types? So when you will see data, when you will see So when you'll see your columns, okay, when you'll see your columns, so you created a table, and while creating a table, you are decided that employee ID should hold a numeric data. Then you have to declare as a number data type. Then you have to declare as a number data type. So if you decided like first name it will be characters or a string, then you have to make sure that the data type must be varchar2 then only it will hold the characters or string data. So if you have decided that like my hire date should hold date data, my hire date should hold a date data, then in that case like date data type you have to give. So in this particular value will be in a date format. So if you decided that I'm going to store number data, then you have to give numeric number data type. If you decided that any column which will hold characters or a string, then it will hold then you have to declare that column name as a varchar2. Then you have to define that column as a varchar2. If you declare that any column which is going to hold data as a date data type, then you are going to define that column as a data type as date data type. Date data type. So when you will define a column as a date data type, it will hold a date values only. It will hold date values only. So this is what your like how you will define the date data. So if you define any column as a number, as salary, we know that it will be in a numeric data type. As we know that salary will be in a numeric number system. As salary, we know that the nature of the data will be numbers. So you have to define salary as a number. But you can ask me one question. Here is the define as a 8 comma 2. What is the meaning of 8 comma 2? So you can able to assign, you will be able to assign a value like, before decimal and after decimal. So before decimal means what? 8 comma 2. 8 values before decimal. After decimal, you can define as a 2 values. You can add up to 2 values. Like how it will be considered 10,000 is the salary. Like this much is the salary. Then after decimal, you can assign 2 values. After decimal, they have restricted to assign you 2 values. So that is the meaning of 8 comma 2. We'll see in sometimes. Commission percentage means what? Before decimal 2 values. After decimal 2 values. Before decimal 2 values, uh, before the before decimal 2 values, after decimal 2 values. So like this it will happen. So consider that now we saw the practically. We'll see here definition wise what it means. So Oracle listing data types, which is having a different data types, varchar2, char data type, varchar data type. But what happened here, when you declare anything else, then by default it will take varchar2 only. If while creating a table, if you have given data type as a char or you have given data type as a varchar, by default it will take varchar2 only because Oracle database they have designed such a way that you assign any data types while creating a table. But by default, I'll take it as a varchar2 only. By default, I will take it as a varchar2 only. So that is what the So yeah, that is what the your string data type. So what it means by string data types, if you are creating a table and in any column you want to store string data or character data or varchar2 data, then you are going to define the data type as a varchar2. So it is used to store variable string data within the predefined length. It can be stored up to 4,000 byte of data. So, you can store data up to 4,000 byte of data when you declare a column as a varchar, a column as a varchar2 varchar2, if you define as a varchar2 and column name, varchar2 and the size, then you can define up to 4,000 byte of data. But you need 5 characters only, 10 characters only, then you can define 5 characters and 10 characters only. But up to 4,000 bytes of data, you can assign here. And someone asked, like, what is this DSC? DSC means describe. Describe employees means what? Give me the structure of this table. Give me the structure of this table. When you will mention when you want to find the structure of a table, then you will say that DSC employees. So it will give you the structure of that table, the structure of that table. If you want to fetch all the data from the table, then you are going to write it select a star from table. So this part we'll discuss in some time. Okay, so CAD will hold up to 2000 byte of data. Varchar, Varchar will hold up to 2000 byte of data. So anything you define while creating a table, by default it will be assigned as a varchar. So it is suggestible that you use always varchar2 only because it is having a large storage capacity. So it is required like Oracle also. By default, they have given varchar2 only. If you assign any column as varchar or char data type, it will take varchar2 only. So we'll see today while creating a table, we'll see name ke varchar. Like examples, if you take name varchar, name varchar, if you create a column as a name varchar, by default it will take it as a name varchar to 250. After creating a table, it will take a name varchar to 250. Uh, like this. Okay. So if you want to store data in a character format, then you must have to give the data type as a varchar2. In this format also, if you are storing the data in this format, then you must have to give the data type as a varchar2 format. Next one is numeric data type. Numeric data type. Next one is numeric data type. So if you want to store any data which is numbers in the form of numbers, if you want to store any data in form of numbers, if you want to store numbers in your columns, like this type of data you want to store for particular column, any column, you want to store numbers, then you are going to assign data type as a number data type. While creating a table, you define it as a number data type. Number data type. So how can you define the number data type? It will hold a column name number. Column like how it is here, no? Salary and then number. 5 comma 2 means what? 5 comma 2 means what? Number P comma S. Number P comma S. What it means P comma S? It contains precision P before decimal. Precision P means before decimal. Whatever the value which will come before decimal, it will be treated as precision. The whatever the values which will come before decimal, it will be called as precision P. Whatever the value which will come after decimal, that will be called as scale. That will be called as a scale. So you can assign your a data type as a number p comma s format to any column. To any column. 5 comma 2 means here precision is 5, scale is 2 here. So number P comma S, it contains precision P before decimal value and scale S after decimal value. The precision P can range from 1 to 38. So before decimal, you can assign up to 38 numbers only. Up to 38 numbers only. So when you will give 38 numbers, 38 digits, it is very difficult to count it. 38 digit is very, very big, guys. Don't think that 38 digit will be 38 numeric values will be little less. No, 38 digits are very, very big number. Very, very big number. So if you'll see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like I don't know how much exactly is this, but up to 38 digit only you can add before decimal, and the scale can range up to 127. So after decimal, you can add up to 127 digits. After decimal, you can add up to 127 digits. 127 digits. So, in your Pi movie, like a few years back, it came, no? Like that person was writing on the board your pi values, like continuously he was writing. So it will hold up to 127 numbers here. Okay, and this is the 38 digit before decimal. After decimal, scale value will be 127 values. The example of the to assign the number data type, salary, or any other column which you supposed to hold numbers, which supposed to hold digits, numbers, or numeric value, then you are going to assign like salary number 5 comma 2, and in this format it will be assigned. Same thing for the Oracle data type. So if you want to assign data as a date format, data in the date format, you want to assign data in the date format, data in the date format, then you are going to give column as a date data type, column data type as date data type, column data type as date data type. It is used to store a valid date time format with a fixed length. Its ranges vary from January 1st, 4712 BC to December 31st, 4 times of 9 AD. So minimum date range, they declare it as that January 1, 4712 BC. Maximum date range you can add December 31st, 4 times of 9 AD. Means what? When you declare a date, a column as a date, when you declare a column as a date, means what? You can give it a minimum date range as January 1st, 4712 BC, and maximum date range you can add up to this value. Minimum date range, this value, maximum date range, you can add this value. In between that, whatever you want to add, you can add, but minimum value, this value, maximum value, that value. So in company what happen, no? Minimum date, by default they will take 1st January 1900. Minimum date, they will take it as a 1st January 1900, 1st January 1900, and maximum date they will take it as a 31st December, 4 times of 9. So in one of the company when I was working, so when I have not resigned, so their end date it was showing as a 31st 12 4 times of 9. Means when I'm going to leave that company, is it not defined? When I'm going to leave that company, it is not defined. It is not defined. When I'm going to leave the company, it is not defined. Then it will they will define it as a 31st 12 4 times of 9, or any product. Manufacturing date is not mentioned, or a delivery date is not mentioned. It got stuck somewhere. By default, they will update it as a by default they will update it as a 31st December 4 times of 9. Means what? There is some problem. Okay, so consider that your parcel is started coming, but it got stuck somewhere, and delivery date is not fixed. The parcel delivery date is not fixed. So what system guy will mention 31st December to 4 times of 9, and when you will go to pick up your parcel or something, that person will tell that we are not sure that when you are going to receive, as end date is mentioned as 31st 12, 4 times of 9. We have no idea where it got stuck. So like that response you will get it. So in companies and all, when the exit date is not confirmed, when it is going to end and all is not going to mention, then we are going to define as a 31st December 4 times of 9. Similarly, if the starting date is not none, if the date, we don't know the starting date, when it's manufacturing, or when you have joined the company, or when the parcel is dispatched. These are the things when we don't know, then we'll give a minimum value as a 1st January 1900. 1st January 1900. Consider that you join any company. Okay. Consider that you have joined any company and your date of birth is not updated in the system. Your date of birth is not updated in the system. So what happened? HR will do? So by default, they will give this date. We don't know when you are born, when is your birthday. We don't know when is your birthday. So when you see this value, you have to update your birthday in your portal. So that is the meaning of that. Okay. So your date in the format of DDMMYY format in the Oracle database and mostly other database, your date will be in a DDMMYY format. Means DDMMYY format means what? DDMM YY format means what? The date will be consider that today is 22, 22nd. Consider today date is 22nd and then month is September 09 and year is 24. Year is 24. So in Oracle database, by default, the date will be stored in this format. By default, it will store this format. So if any other format you want to store, then you have to modify the data. You have to write a code for that one. So we'll see that later when we'll discuss function. So this is what your Oracle date data type. Another one is with a date, you want to store hours also. With a date, you want to store hours also. Then a DDMMYY hours, minutes, second. DDMMYY hours, minutes, second. So in this format, if you want to store the date, then you're going to give the data type as a timestamp. So most probably today we'll see how to create the table. So this is what the data type, guys. This is what the data type. Let me know if anyone is having any question. Anyone is having any question? See, it's all when you create data type, use what type of data you are going to store for that particular column, that data type. Yeah, tell me. I'm not able to hear you.
Hello,
Yeah, tell me.
sir. If any data is contained number and like digit, both like alphabet and number both, so how we can define it, sir?
Uh,
Like in bike number, chassis number is contained like some numeric also and some alphabet also.
good question. Consider that you are joining a company and their ID is something like this. It is given. So you have to store this ID, correct? So
Yes.
and yeah. So what happened? You have to give data type as a varchar two only. Varchar two only. Varchar two only. Why? Because varchar two is nothing but it's a alphanumeric data type. Alpha numeric alpha numeric data type, alphanumeric data type, alphanumeric data type. What it means, alphanumeric data types? What it means, alphanumeric data types? Means alphanumeric data type means what? It will hold your numbers also. This any column. If you define varchar 2, Means it will hold numbers also you can define. Number also you can define, and string also you can define. String also you can define. A special character also. A special character also. A special characters also you can define. So someone asked me last class, sir, mobile number. Mobile number is like looks like number, but they have stored, they have defined it as a varchar2. If you see where phone number, no, they have defined it as a varchar2. So why, sir? Why it is defined as a varchar when we have the number here? Because of a special character. Because of a special character. So your varchar2 is a alphanumeric which will hold alphabets also and numbers also and special characters also. So if you see here, dot dot is a special character. Dot dot is a special character and other things are number. Other things are number. So in that case only they have defined as a data type as a varchar2. Data type as a varchar2. Data type as a varchar2.
Okay, sir.
So this is what is your alphanumeric data type. Where cat2 is alphanumeric data type, which is going to hold number data also, string also you can store, special characters also you can store. And one more thing, when you define any data as a varchar2, when you have to write it or when you have to insert it, it should be in a single quote. Your string values, alpha, varchar2 values, your string value or varchar2 values should be enclosed in a single quote. Should be, must be enclosed in a single quote. Not should be, must be enclosed in a single quote. Otherwise, it will throw error. Otherwise, it will throw error. So this is what your data type in a Oracle database. Is it clear? Shall we move to next?
Yes, sir.
Anyone else who is having any open question? Please speak loud. If you are speaking, please speak loud. Is it Hitesh or your voice is very like you remove your earphone and then talk.
Sir, my voice is available.
Yeah, Anand, tell me, Anand.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, tell me fast.
Sir, how can you define the fixed date start and end?
Sorry,
मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि डेट स्टार्टिंग और एंडिंग डेट जो डिफाइन करनी है वो कैसे करेंगे जो आपने बताया थे.
I told if you don't know, I told if you don't know
Yes,
starting
yes,
date.
right. Start date. So you how can define the I am
I
typing the something that's 1978 but require the 990 is not before the.
let me explain. You have done your asking question. Let me explain. So if you don't know your starting date and end date, then you are going to define as a starting date as a 01, and then 1900. When you don't know your starting date, they have told that minimum date you can mention like this. In between any date you can mention, but if you want to like minimum date range they have mentioned as you will be able to insert this values only, up to this values only it is allowed. Maximum date range they have defined as a 31st 12 and then 2024. Means what? In between whatever the date is there you can add it. Before this we don't have the data. You know that before this maybe they don't have the data, so minimum date range they have defined it as this one. Before this you can't assign the data, and maximum date range, you can provide this one. In between that, whatever the date is there, you can add it. Like today's date value you want to add, you can add today's date values. Yesterday date values you want to add, you can add yesterday
Okay.
date values. So don't think much. You understand that the whatever the date value you have to insert, you are going to insert when we'll create the table. No, there we'll discuss more on this. Okay.
Okay. The ending date is by default. So why ending date 31 to 12 December? Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
So it
That
will
is
by this. Yeah, tell me fast.
सर मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि ये बाय डिफॉल्ट ही रहेगा कि डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा?
By default, it will accept maximum date, this one. More than
Okay,
this,
okay,
you can't
okay, got it,
assign.
got it.
More than this, you can't assign any date. If I want to assign date like 31 December and then 10,000, 10,000, it will not accept. After
Okay,
this, any date it will come in 10,000 range, which will be not accepted. Only maximum date range they have assigned as a 999. When I was explaining what you were doing, Anand, when I was
yes sir,
explaining what you were doing,
yes sir.
no, when I was explaining what you were doing, please listen carefully when I explain, okay?
Okay sir.
Okay, guys, so this is the data type. So we'll discuss once again when we'll create the table, okay? As of now, you understand that this is the data type, which what type of data you want to assign. Same way you are going to, assign the data type while creating a table. So now I'm going to move to the DRL command. I'm going to move to the DRL command. These are all very basic and they will not ask you an interview question. These questions, they will not ask you an interview question. This is just for the, we are learning how we are going to create tables, how we can assign the data types. Okay. Now, this is the first programming. We are going to learn how we can write the queries in the database. And same thing I'll explain you in the online SQL also. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the second chapter, which is data retrieval techniques. When I explain, please listen carefully. If you'll not listen, then it will be a difficult. You can ask me any question and many times, n number of times you can ask me a question, but the thing is that if you will not focus in the regular class, and then if you will keep bugging me, then sometimes like it will disturb the whole class. So be active in the class and then ask your doubt wisely. Same thing I have explained 5 times, 10 times. And then if you have not heard, then a whole class will be disturbed. Other also you are investing time here, correct? So you have to think for that also. Okay, guys. So now next one, data retrieval techniques. Data retrieval technique. So we are going to see chapter 2, data retrieval techniques. What it means, data retrieval techniques means how to retrieve data from the table, how to fetch data from the table, how to retrieve data from the table. Means what? If we have a table, then how can we fetch the data from this particular table? I want to see all the data from this table. How can we fetch the data? How can we retrieve the data? So that is the use of your DRL command. So that we are going to discuss how we are going to fetch the data, how we are going to retrieve the data from any particular table. So if you want to fetch or if you want to retrieve the data, then we are going to use select statement. Then we are going to use select statement with a from clause and combinations with a where clause. We can fetch the data or we can retrieve the data using a select statement in combinations of from clause as well as where clause, How can we write the queries? So just read this one, guys. Read this one, and then I'll explain you all together. Select a statement. What is the select a statement? This is very basic statement. And this only you are going to learn how to write a query in a database. So Kiran, yesterday you were telling that sir, how we are going to write the query in the database. So today I will tell you how you're going to write your query in the database. And you have to start from here. If you don't know how to write the query in the database, then you have to start from here. You have to start from here, and from here only you have to start practicing the day by day. Whoever new for the database, whoever learning first time database, so it will take 3-4 days to understand how we are going to write the queries. 3-4 days it will take you to understand how you're going to write the queries. How many of you are writing first time, data? How many of you writing query in the first time in the database? Can you raise your hand? How many of you are writing query in the first time in the database, guys? Can you raise your hand? Arsalan, and only one person, 2%, 3%. Okay, okay, 3%, 4%. Fine. So, what we are going to do? So, we are going to learn from the basic only. The starting point, we'll see how we are going to write the query. So, what is this query? The select query is retrieve data from one or more existing table, one or more existing table. So, if you want to retrieve data from a table, you want to retrieve data from one table or multiple table, then you are going to use select a statement. Then you are going to use select a statement. The SQL select a statement is used to fetch the data from a database table which returns data in a rows and column format. The SQL select statement is used to fetch the data from database table which returns data in a rows and column format. What it means by rows and column format? So if you consider that I have written select a star from table name. So if you'll observe carefully, you are getting data in a tabular form. You have a columns, vertical will be columns and horizontal will be rows. So your data in a tabular form, in the form of column format, in the form of columns, in the form of columns, in the form of columns, and then in the form of rows, in the form of rows, in the form of rows, in the form of columns, and then in the form of rows, your data is stored here. Your data is stored here. Okay, so result tables are called as result set. The result tables are called result set. Means whatever the result you will get after writing the SQL, whatever the result you will get, that will be called as result set. If you observe here your query set, so here you are writing your queries, here you are writing your queries, and this is your output screen. Consider that you want to save this output screen. You want to save this output screen for the future reference purpose. You want to see later also, and meanwhile you want to execute the another query. Then click here in a pinpoint, and when you run another query, this will be keep as a reference. You can see in the future, now you are able to see the another sheet is open here, another output screen open here with the query output. So consider that you want to see later this table value, whatever the values you got, this value you want to see. You can pin this one, and you can another query result. It will open in another output set. So this is a way you can pin your output. You can pin your output. Okay. How can you add the comment? Consider that I want to add a comment here. So double dash will add the comment. Means like interpreter will not read this values. Interpreter will not read this values. So you can add the comment here also. Anywhere you can add the comment using double dash. Double dash. You can use double dash to add the comment. If you want to take new worksheet for HR schema, then click here, click here. So it will ask which schema you want, new worksheet. I want HR schema, new worksheet. Click on OK, and new worksheet will open here. So what are the data we want? Select a star from employees. Employees table will be there in the HR schema only. Remember, guys. Okay. So like this. So the star operator represents all the columns of the table. Star operator represents all the columns of the table. Means what? This star, when you write star, means give me all the columns, all the rows from the table. Give me all the columns, all the rows from the table. Star means give me all the data which belongs to employees table. When users has created the employees table, and employees related all the information they have stored here. Employee ID, first name, manager ID, last name, commission percentage, department number, phone number of employees. So all the details related to employees, they have stored the information in employees table. And when we want to fetch all the record, then we are going to use star. If you want to fetch all the records, then we are going to use star. Then we are going to use star. So like this, you will be able to fetch all the rows, all the columns. All the columns. Generally, they define as a when you will use star means you will be able to fetch all the columns, all the columns. But I mean to say that when you want to fetch all the data, your rows and column, then you are going to use star. You are going to use star. So that is one thing. Another thing is that you can fetch all the records which belongs to any table. Consider that I have written here select a star from employees. Select a star from employees. Whatever the data which belongs to employees table, it will show you like this. Consider that I have another table. So if you see here inbuilt table, uh, uh, departments and all are there. Consider I have created a table A. For previous batch, I have created table A. If I want to fetch the data from table A, then I'm going to write here A here. Then I'm going to write A here. Okay, select a star from table A. A is nothing but tables. Now if I learn, we'll get some of the data, which data is stored in table A, that data will get it. That data will get it. Consider that I want to fetch the data of departments table, Then we are going to write it as a all the records I want to fetch from departments table. Then we are going to write select a star from department, departments, departments. Table name you have to give properly. And this is not case sensitive, like this when you are writing query in a select statement, it is not case sensitive. You can write in uppercase, you can write in a lowercase. There is no problem. But the table name and exactly it's the same should be name should be same. Consider by mistake I have given here departments one. Department one when I given. So this table is not available in your database. So it will not give you, it will give you error. It will give you error here. Table or view does not exist. So you have to mention correct table name, then only it will populate. Otherwise, it will throw error. And you can write in uppercase, you can write in a lowercase, all these values. Consider that I'm writing in a uppercase, same thing. I'm going to write in a uppercase. Select a star from departments. So lowercase and uppercase also fine here. It's not case sensitive. Fetching data, retrieving data is not case sensitive. You can write in uppercase, you can write in a lowercase. So this is the way you will be able to fetch all the records. Now next requirement is, sir, when you are writing a select a star from table name, when you are writing a select a star from table name, you are fetching all the rows, all the columns, all the rows, all the columns. But my requirement is, I want to fetch only salary column. People who is getting salary, I want to see those values only. I want to see those values only. I want to see those values only. So when I'm writing here like this, I'm getting all the records. I'm getting all the records. But I want to see only salary column. I want to see only salary column. How can we write it only salary column? Fine. So you can write it select column, select salary, salary from employees, where you will be able to see that salary column only single column it will show. Single column it is going to show. Single column, single column. Whoever is getting salary. But who is getting what salaries are, I don't know. I don't know who is getting what salary. How can we find it? Who is getting this salary? Who is getting 24,000? I don't know the number or I don't know the employee ID. It's just a blank, giving me one value. So I want to find who is getting what salary. Can you give me name? Yeah, fine. We'll give the name. So first name, the column name, same column name you have to take, guys, with a comma separated. If you want to fetch multiple columns, then commas, same column name you have to give, same column name you have to give. So what is the column name? First name. Same column name you have to give, like, and then comma, and then another column. Like this, you can write it your query. So you're getting, oh, Stephen is getting 24,000. Nina is getting 17,000. Lex is getting 17,000. Alexander is getting 9,000. Oh, now I got it. But Stephen, we have two, three people, sir, Stephen. So which Stephen is getting this 24,000? Can we find out with the employee ID? Employee ID, what is the employee ID for this Stephen? Or we have a 10 Diana working in the company organization. So who is getting 4,200? What is the employee ID? Then you can add one more column here. Then you can add one more column here by employee ID. By employee ID. Employee ID. What is the column name we have here with a comma separated? So employee ID. If you see, you have the column name as employee ID. Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, I got it. So now, sir, Stephen is getting 24,000 and employee ID is 100. But I don't know which department ID he is working, which department he is working, which department he is working. So what you will do then, what you will do then, you will add another column. You will add another column. Okay, fine. Let's find the department ID also. So add the department ID also. Department ID means what? You're going to find the department ID also. Like this, you're going to find it. Okay. So this is the way you can add all the columns from a table. All the columns in the sense, these are the columns are there. Job ID, phone number, hire date, email, department ID, commission percentage, salary, all are columns. So you can add with all the columns. Okay. Now, next one. Next one. Again, the person is saying that, okay, sir, but I want to see only, I want to see only one column. I want to see all the details. Like when you are fetching 107 record or 1 million record, why to fetch this thing? I just want to see one value only. I want to see just one value. I want to see only one value where we'll get all the informations, all the informations. What is manager ID? What is last name? What is salary? I want to get only one values details. So how can we get it, sir? So in that case, you have to add where condition. What is this where condition? Now see, this syntax we have already discussed. So we are going to discuss with the where condition, where condition, where condition. How can we add where condition with a select statement? Where condition with a select statement. The where condition is a clause, guys. Where condition is a clause means if you want to like filter the record, if you want to filter the record, consider I'm writing here select a star from employees. I'm writing a select a star from employees. Okay. And I'm getting all the data which belongs to employees table. So how many records are there in employees table? We are getting all the data. Okay. But my requirement is that I don't want to see whole table data. I want to filter out. I want to see only employee ID 101 data. I want to see only employee ID 101 data. So how much informations, how much informations is there? What are the column value for the employee ID 101 is there? So in that case, we can apply filter condition. Using where condition, we can apply filter. So I want to see that how many people are getting salary is equals to $10,000. I want to see who is getting salary of 10,000 record. I don't want to fetch all the records. My requirement is that I want to fetch whose salary is 10,000 only. Whose salary is 10,000 only. So what will happen in this case? We are going to apply the filter condition using a where condition. By using where condition, we can apply the filter. We can apply the filter. So how can we apply the filter? So we using a where condition. Where condition. Now see the syntax of where condition is it is used to extract only those records that fulfill a specified condition. If the given condition is satisfied, then only it returns a specific value from a table. A specific value from a table. Okay. Select a star from table name where some condition. Select a star from table where condition like this you can add in the last where condition. Okay, you can take it from the all the columns, all the values, or if you any requirement for a specific column, then you can add it like this with where condition. How can we use where condition? So it's very simple, very simple. Any doubt, guys, please ask. If you have any doubts, please ask. I know these are the simple thing. Many of you will be knowing, many of you will not knowing, but when you will do practice, you will be able to know this one. Okay, it's just a simple, straightforward. You can write it in your HR schema by typing this query. Now, I want to apply the filter condition. I want to know how many of people, how many of employees is getting salary is equals to 10,000. So how we can write select star from employees where salary is equals to 10,000 10,000 salary is equals to 10,000. So when whoever getting 10,000 salary, it will show you. It will show you. Now see, four people are getting salary is equals to 10,000 rupees. Out of 107 record, you are able to fetch that only salary is getting 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees. Okay. So who is working for? Consider that I want to find who is working for department ID 30. Department ID 30. So we can write it select a star from. I want to find all the information who is working for department number 30. Select a star from employees, and then where department ID, department ID, department ID is equals to department ID is equals to 30. Department ID is equals to 30. See, department ID is equals to 30. So where is the department ID? This is the department ID is equals to 30. So six people are working in a department ID 30. So those details it will populate. Consider that now I want to find who is working for department employee ID 101. Employee ID 101. So what you will write? You will write select a star from employees where employee ID employee ID is equals to 101. 101. So now when you run, you'll get all the data for employee ID 100 because you are mentioning a star, no? A star means all the columns it will populate. A star means it will populate for all the columns. Expand to these are the columns. Now see, consider I want to get result of employee ID 101, 102. 101, 102, both I want to find. How can we write? Can anyone tell me? Both the record information I want to find. How can we write in one query?
Can you repeat the question?
I want to find all the details where employee ID is equals to 101 and 100.
Select star from employee where employee ID equal to 101.
Both I am saying 101, 102.
Oh, 102. Okay.
Can we write like this?
And clause should be
Let's
added.
start.
Yes?
You can.
And clause should be added.
Now see, if I'll write like this, multiple values, so you can equate any value, any column with only one value. You can equate, this is equal sign. It can be equal to only one value at a time. So if you want to fetch multiple column, then you have to write in a in operator, in operator, in operator, in operator. So you can pass here n number of values. So whatever the values which will fall in a multiple values, those values it will show. Consider that I want to fetch for all this 5 record, all this 5 record. You can write it like this. Like this you can write and you will get whatever the data for this one. Okay. Now I mean to say that, okay, sir, I am getting all the information for employee ID between 101 and 105. I'm getting all the information, all the columns who is working in employee ID 101 to 105. But I want to get only employee ID and salary. I want to find only employee ID and salary. How can we do that? So same thing, you can add the columns here. You can add the columns here. You can add the columns here. Like employee ID and salary. Employee ID, employee ID, comma, salary column. N number of columns, whatever the columns which belongs, you can add those column also. You can add those columns also. Consider that I want to add mobile number also. Okay, tell me employee ID and salary and then his mobile number for this employees. For this employees, you tell me the employee ID, salary, and then mobile number also. You can write it mobile number, phone number or mobile number, phone number, phone number, phone number. When you write it like this, it will give you phone number as well. So whatever the column you want to add, you can add here. You can add here. Okay. So this is the way you can write your query. This is the way you can write your query. In this also, we have many other things also. Condition. Consider that when I'm saying 101, 102, 103, 104, consider that I want to fetch the data between 100 to 110, between 100 and 110, between 100 and 110. So, uh, how many times you will mention in a in operator? So when you have two range value, then you can write it like using between and operator, between and operator. Employee ID between 100 and 110. Please practice, guys. If you don't know writing SQL queries, please do practice. You have the document in your whatever the software installation recording you got it. In that already documents are there. Already documents are there. Yesterday recording I made it as a uh, so sorry. Yesterday class recording I will share through the Google Drive because that is someone I kept it for 1 day only, and yeah, so in the YouTube will enable again after maybe a couple of days, 10 days, 15 days later. But as of now, we'll share it through the Google Drive. We'll give you access, all anyone can access to video. Okay, so select employee ID, salary, phone number from employees, where employee ID between 100 and 110, 100 and 110. So like this, you will get the data. Okay, so now I want to find like except 101 and 102, 101, 102, I want to find all the records. Except 100, 100 and 101, 102, I want to find all the record. This record I don't want. This record I don't want. So simply you can mention here, not in operator, not in operator, like not in, like this, you can remove it. So I don't want to fetch information of 101, 102. Except these two values, I want to find all other values. All other values. Now see, except 101, 102, you're getting all the values. You're getting all other values. You're getting all other values. So this is the way you are going to write your basic SQL queries. And using SQL, online SQL queries, using online SQL, same thing you can write there. Same thing you can write there. How can you write? Very simple. You can write it like this. I hope you are able to create the account. If you don't know how to create the account, go and create the account and verify with your mail ID, and then you use this one. Now see, very simple. If you are using office laptop or anything, how can we write same thing in our SQL Live like this? So people are saying that they are using frequently this one because from anywhere they can access, even the from mobile also they can access. So now I'm able to fetch all the records from the uh, table, employees table. I am able to fetch all the record. Same query we are going to do here also. Consider that I want to find two columns only. So how can we get here? Enter it, you will get the another worksheet. Now you see here, this one, add HR schema, HR dot employees, and then it will give you only two values. Please select the values. Okay, you have to select the values. Now see, all the values you are getting for the HR employees table, two columns value. Then we have this one also. Like this, you can run all the queries, all the queries. Like this, you will able to run all the queries. Only drawback I found in this, no, within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it will go, uh, it will go offline. So that is only a thing I don't like here. I mean, like we have to keep practicing so that the tool will be active. This one, but your inbuilt on-premise database, this database you can open for whole day. It will not disable, but this may disable. So like this, you can write your all the queries. Okay, clear? Is it anyone is having any doubt till now? All clear? Till now, all clear, guys? I know it will be more first day. So we'll start the we'll stop the class here. If you don't have any doubt, then we'll stop the class. So optional clause with the where clause with the selected statement. What are the optional clause we can use with the selected statement? What are the optional clause we can use with the selected statement? Just now we saw where clause. Then with a selected statement, we can use a group by clause also, having clause also, and then order by clause also. These three classes we'll see when we'll discuss the functions, guys. Functions will discuss all these things. As of now, you learn basic thing only. Next class will be on next class will be on Friday. And whoever is free, who is not working, any company or you are time for 4, 5 hours, 6 hours a day, you can do practice, and you want to start searching that for the job, you want to start searching for the job, then guys, please go for the previous class recording. Then go for the previous class recording. I will request you, go for the previous class recording, or you can whatever the SQL queries we are discussing, you can take the previous batch recording, and then you prepare all these things. You prepare all these things and make sure that you learn before only. And whenever I'm explaining second time onwards in the class, you will get the double benefit. You'll get the double benefit, and you can ask your doubts also. So if you want to prepare faster, if you want to prepare faster, you can go get the previous class recording and prepare by referring the previous class recording. Many people, they used to complete whole syllabus in 25 days, 20 to 25 days, and then they will go for the job search. Because I have prepared the Google Drive such a way that you don't have to depend a small thing on me. When I'll say that a previous class recording, consider that whole batch recording I gave it. Then you prepare this much. Then I'll give you the project explanation as well as the resume folder, and then how to upload in resume. All these other things I can give you. I'll give you. So like this, you don't have to dependent on me each and everything. It's just a class recording, very neat and clear. How I explain you today, same way you are going to get for the here also. It's a class recording. Same energy. I have taken other batch also. So you will get all the recording. If you want to prepare faster, then let me know. How many of you are interested? Okay, if whoever is interested, do WhatsApp me. We'll give you the previous batch recording so that you can utilize till Friday. Okay. Next class will be Friday morning. Next class will be Friday morning. This 5 days, if whoever want to utilize, let me know. Today's date, and then it's mostly 5 days. Whoever want to utilize, let me know. Okay, do WhatsApp me personally. You know my WhatsApp number. Do WhatsApp me personally. We'll see. We'll talk to you. Okay. So whoever want to get the previous class recording, you have to register first, and then you have to go for that. But next week also, your classes will be free. As next week is month end. I know many people are struggling. So till your Sunday classes will be free, and then you have to pay after that 29 classes. So this time you have to pay to attend next Friday, next to next Friday classes. You have to register anyway. Okay, guys. So we'll disconnect, and then we'll meet to Friday. Next class will be on Friday. If anyone is having any question, any doubt, let me know.